Okay, so welcome back to the tutorial, and let's look at how to do the twisting the aces effect. So before I begin, I know that there is a very popular trick with the same name where it's more of a packet trick where you take the 4 aces and you twist one of the aces, and the ace, so one of the aces comes face up. So it's more of a different trick. So this is don't get confused by that. This is more of a aces to queens kind of an effect, but we do the twisting movement in that, right? We do twist the aces here in order to change those aces into 4 queens. So that's why the name has been given. So I hope you like it, and let's see how to do this. So this is more of a beginner trick. The only sleight of hand, or the only good effect that you need to know for this is how to do a double lift. Yeah, that's right. So it seems like you're lifting only one card, which is the ace, but actually you're lifting 2 cards, a queen along with the ace, right? So that is one effect that you need to know, and this requires a setup. So basically you would need 8 cards alternated between 4 queens and 4 aces, just like this, right? So I have these ordered in the chased form, which is C standing for clubs, H standing for hearts, S standing for spades, and D standing for the diamonds. So chased, right? So you can remember that this name as chased, and it's easy for you to order them alternatively as well. So it's up to you how you order them. I like this order. So that's it. So queen, ace, and queen, ace, queen, ace, queen, ace. These 8 cards, right? So you need to have them at the top. So you can do a shuffle if you want, some convincers like some false shuffles to retain the top stock, but I don't think that is required here, because we are actually showing the spectator that we have 4 aces on the top. That's why we are doing the same effect here, right? So in this version we are keeping it simple. We are telling the spectator that we have 4 aces on the top, and we are just going to twist the aces, right? We're not going to tell them the ending effect, so that's going to be a surprise when those 4 aces change into the 4 queens, and the spectator will be baffled, right? Hopefully. So yeah, so now let's come to the double lift. That is the first thing that you know for this, right? So the double lift which I did in the performance is a strike double lift, which is the most basic form of double lift, right? So you can, in order to do that double lift, you need to know how to count the top 2 cards, right? So there are various ways. So one of the ways is the pinky count, right? Where so I'm not very good at doing the pinky count because I don't have that finger strength, and I always miss by maybe 1 or sometimes even 2, right? So instead of lifting 2 cards, I'll lift up 3 cards. So I don't want that, right? So I still don't have that accuracy with the pinky count, right? So but I will definitely leave the link in the description for you to do it. The other way is to do a thumb count. So this is very easy. You just count 1 and 2. These are the 2 cards, right? The only problem with this thumb count is that if your spectator is right here, and if there is no distraction that is there, and he is looking at the cards, it's very difficult to hide this, right? It's very difficult to hide. Like if you put your hands in the front to hide this effect, the spectator will still know, right? So I don't like this. It's easier to do, definitely. If you want to do this thumb count, it's easier and it's quite accurate. You can easily count all the cards just like this. The only downside I see is that this is highly angle sensitive, right? So it can be easily seen by the spectator, and we don't want that. And the other alternative which I like doing is, in my case, is that so you can also do another kind, which is riffling from the back. So this is also quite accurate, right? The only downside here is also that there is a weird movement that you're doing every time you want to lift. So we have to do 4 double lifts in this effect. So in order to do 4 double lifts, you will have to riffle to these cards 4 times, which might seem off to the spectator, like why is he doing this, right? So when you do this, you just get a thumb break after the 2 cards, just like this, and then lift it up. Okay, so you can do this as well. But the one which I like and which I did was I just push the cards, the entire deck, slightly towards the right side, the side with which I'll be lifting, and I just feel the top cards just like this, right, with my index finger. And the moment I know I have 2 cards, I just lift them up. It's as simple as that, right? These are 2 cards, I lift them up. And with enough practice, you will be easily able to guess if you have 2 cards in your hand, right? See, you can do this just like this. So the other way of doing a double lift is using a Stewart-Gordon double lift as well. So I'm not going to teach you that in this tutorial. It's more of an advanced move, I believe. It takes quite some time to get the hold of this. It looks something like this, right? So you press with your index and middle finger. Here you have your ring finger at the top, you have the thumb at the bottom, and when you lift, you're just lifting like this and then placing it back, right? So it's a lift like this and placing it back. So you can achieve a similar kind of effect, which is easier to do with the strike double lift. Is instead of lifting it like this, once you have the 2 cards from here, you can lift it like this. You just have all your 4 fingers here and your thumb here, right? And you show your card like this and then just place it back on the top, right? But again, this is kind of a weird move, so try to be as natural as possible, you know. For example, this is quite natural, right? You're just doing this smoothly, and that's it, isn't it? So so this is important. So this is the first part, that is doing the double lift, right? You just do a double lift, show the ace to the spectator, and instead of putting it back, we go to the second step, right, which is twisting. How do you twist the aces, right? So in order to do that, you're going to hold your card, the 2 cards together with your thumb, index and the middle finger right here, and firmly, so that you don't split these 2 cards, right? Then you take the deck, take the pack of cards and riffle somewhere halfway down, and you place it just like this, right? Now it's up to you where you want to place it, but for me, it's always been easier to place it well within the deck, so it's out chalked very less in my case. Then what we need to do now is that we have the ace at the bottom, so we need to use our index finger to push this ace back into the deck, right? And to do that, we need to split the ace and the queen. And the way I do that is I just lift my card up, right, preparing it for the twist, right? And by this time I have already pushed my ace back, right? And then just give it a twist and just place it on the table, right? So now the spectator believes that this is an ace, right, even though this is actually a queen, right? So let me do it one more time. You do a double lift, you hold your card firmly with your thumb, index and a middle finger, right? Hold it like this, and then place it somewhere in the middle of the deck, right? Lift the card, preparing it for twisting, and when you're lifting it, you quickly push it back in, right? Make sure you don't flash the bottom card, otherwise that will give away the effect, right? You have to be very careful. So with a little practice, you should be able to do it. So this is the card. I hold it right here, place it in the middle of the deck, getting it ready for a twist, and place it on the table, right? For the 4th card, the last 2 cards, here's where we do a slight change, nothing much. We do a double lift, we show the card to the spectator, and then we place it right here. But this time, instead of placing the card on the table, we show the value to the spectator that, see, this is not an ace anymore, this is actually a queen. And then we show all the 3 cards, the rest of the 3 cards, and we show that all the aces have turned into the 4 queens, right? So this is the only effect that you need to know for this. So you need to know how to do a double lift, you know. You can learn more about it in detail, and I would highly encourage you to learn about it. So I have already listed some great tutorials on how to do a double lift and how to do the Stewart-Gordon double lift, which is more of a fancy double lift, you know. And once you gain more experience and practice into double lifts, you can even do much more convincing double lifts as well, right? So go ahead, try it out. And for this effect, I think it's a pretty straightforward effect. You don't need anything else apart from this. You just need to know the second part of this, which is twisting. So you place the two cards, right, just like this, and you use your index finger to push back the lower card. But before you do that, you separate the two cards with your index finger, push it out, preparing it for a twist. And while you do that, you quickly push it back in, and then you twist the card and you place it back. Right. So if you have these two steps figured out, you are good to do this trick. It's a simple trick, a very beginner level trick, and I hope you enjoy doing it. So yeah, that's it for this tutorial. Like, share and follow my page on Instagram, The Jack of Illusions, and I hope you like this. So please feel free to buy me a coffee, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.